sweet ass AIs. I like to go grab those before we get off here and
So,
show them to you.
what's up, guys? Welcome to, I guess, episode 4 of the NASRA 360 podcast. It's February 8th. We got me, Adam Neubert, my co host, Stephen Thomas, and then we've got the Monday night Sim Racer Hub Truck Series points leader, Nate Mowrer, and also the season opening winner at Daytona in the Friday night Triple M Pool and Truck Series. Nathan is. So, it's good to have you, Nathan.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Well, I guess,
Popped up in Nazareth and started winning races, man.
yeah,
You better calm down a little
just
bit.
come out of nowhere. Really just came out of nowhere.
Better relax.
So Nathan is new to NASRA. I raced with him in Bluegrass. Him and Justin White actually ended up coming over here to NASRA, and they're racing on Monday nights now. So it's
You
really
still
good.
racing in Bluegrass?
No, I left
Okay.
that place. Nope.
Okay. Yeah, not a bad idea. Would it take me, Adam, 3 races before I got out of that thing?
Yeah, it didn't take long. We're not gonna trash Bluegrass.
Yeah,
but
we won't. We definitely
yeah.
won't. It's just has some things. But anyway, that's cool. Bluegrass.
So that's where Nathan come from, and he comes over here and just starts kicking butt over here in NASRA. So I guess let's just hop into what sport news you got out there, Steven?
Sport news, like outside of Nazareth?
Yeah, you
Well, I
got
mean,
some
I told
LeBron
I just
news,
told
right?
yeah, I just told Nathan we're definitely going to bring up LeBron during this little podcast. If we're going to bring up anything, let's talk about the goat, right? I mean, can you say he's not the goat? He's the
Yeah,
points leader, bro. Most
he
points
is.
ever. And what is he's fourth in assists? It's not like he's just out there scoring points. So now I'm a big LeBron fan, have been for years. And dude, I'd be honest with you, as weird as it may sound or whatever, I got a little emotional last night watching that, dude. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool to watch that him get his family out there on the court and celebrate with them, and Abdul handing them the ball like he was handing the torch, and everybody talking about how you know where LeBron started and stuff. So yeah, I'm a big LeBron fan. So I'm a little shout out to my boy for the big accomplishment, and then we'll move on to Nashville.
All right, LeBron James. So who did he pass? I'm so out of touch with
He
basketball.
just passed Abdul, uh,
Kareem, is it?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He just passed him for most points scored in the NBA in a career.
Wow, that's
What is
pretty.
it? 38,390, I think. Three something, 38,000 something. It's a lot.
That's
It's a
pretty.
lot, and hear it from LeBron. He's going to play for another 3 or 4 years. So I mean, he'll have that thing to where it's going to be untouchable, in my opinion.
Wow, it's
I'd love to
impressive.
see somebody get close to it, though.
I guess one other thing we could talk about is the Super Bowl. We got the Super Bowl this week.
Yeah, yeah. Got the old Super Bowl, the Kelsey brothers against each other. I watched something on that today that was really cool. That was emotional. Maybe I just had an emotional couple days. I'm not sure, but yeah, that was really cool. They did an interview I watched today, the two Kelsey brothers, and that was
Really?
really cool to watch. Yeah, dude, that was really cool to watch. If you get a chance to go check that out, I
Did
can't
you
remember who was
did
some
you shed a tear about it?
man. Shut up, bro. We ain't got to be goofy.
Okay, so who
Could you
y'all picking?
imagine having your brother in the Super Bowl with you? You know, I
That
mean,
would
could
be
you
that would
imagine?
be pretty
It
dang
would be.
cool.
That's epic, dude.
That'd
That's
be
epic.
first time a family has ever played against each other, right? As a player,
Harbaugh,
as a player,
yeah.
as a
The
player.
Harbaugh brothers as coaches. I'm not sure if
It's the
anybody
first time two brothers are going against each other. I do
Yeah,
know that.
the
is
Harbaugh
it.
brothers did coach
Yeah.
against each other for the 1 year.
Yeah, I didn't know about players, but I knew that the what was it Ravens 49ers thing. That was
Absolutely.
cool.
Keith Bradley just said, "What's up in the chat? What's up, Keith? Glad to have you watching.
Hey Keith, always watching.
Always." So who's y'all's pick to win the Super Bowl? Chiefs or Eagles?
I
Man,
hope it ain't the Eagles. I live near Philadelphia, and it's terrible around here right now. So
Oh
I gotta
man,
go. I'm a Broncos fan though, but I don't want Mahomes to win. But I'd rather see the Chiefs take it
I
than the
guess I'd
Eagles.
pull for
So
the Chiefs too.
see, the
yeah,
only reason I'm pulling for Eagles is because of Jalen Hurts. I mean, Mahomes has one. I'd love to
Hurts
see Jalen go get one.
Hurts is an animal. He's
Yeah,
good.
Mm.
yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing him win over them. But either one, man, either one. Eagles. I forgot. I don't even lie. I forgot they just won the Super Bowl. Was it last year or the year before?
Oh man, it was the year before
When
last, I
did they?
think.
Okay, year before
No, no,
last.
no, no, no. It wasn't the year
They
before
just
last.
won one, right?
Well, they
With
went back to
Foles
The Rams won last
last
year.
year.
The Buccaneers won the year before that.
Yeah. Okay, so it's been a minute. Foles, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Foles
know
won in
Kelsey. I know Kelsey was there.
2016. I think it was 2016 that
Eagles did.
Eagles won, yeah.
Okay, I knew it wasn't too long ago, but yeah, I think Jalen Hurts needs one. That'd be cool.
Absolutely. So,
See
all
what we
right.
got in
So,
here. Keith Bradley said the Eagles. Michael McKinnon said the Eagles. 2018, Michael McKinnon said the Eagles won.
2018. Wow, that's been
Yeah,
quite some time.
2018,
I
what
guess
20?
so. Yeah, and I said like last year, year before.
It's going to be hard to stop the Eagles' offensive scheme they have. It seems like nothing can stop them.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So, I
I
guess we
want
got to start off by talking about the Xfinity Series.
the Thursday night over the top Designs Xfinity Series. It's a stacked league.
It
A
is
lot of
a
fast guys, man.
absolutely stacked league.
I
Uh,
had to miss that Thursday night, and that was a big bummer.
Chase Cabry actually ended up taking home the win in that race. I think he put on kind of quite the clinic
Oh yeah, stage one, stage two.
in that race, actually.
I think Ted Wade led a few in the last stage, but Chase I think led every lap in the first and second stage,
He took
uh,
off in that first stage, that's for sure.
and then ran him back down in the third. I know he even held back in the second stage too. I know he ran. He said he ran the tires off of him on the first stage and then kind of held back in the second, but he definitely dominated that race Thursday night.
He won both stages.
Yep.
So he wins both stages. He wins the race. He leads 86 out of the 140 laps. Andrew McGonigal comes home second. Justin Lumpkin comes home third. Ted Wade fourth. Ted Wade won the week before at COTA, so he comes home fourth. That makes it two top fives in a row for him. And then David Duke was sixth in that
Phil
race.
Phil Pappas has been fast. He was really fast at Coda as well.
Well,
He's consistent.
Dustin Scruggs, these guys are definitely popping off. Those are big names that have been popping off some really good races over there. And then we'll show everybody the point standings over here for the Overtop Design Xfinity Series. So Rhett Tucker, Ted Wade, they are within 1 point of each other at the top of the points for that points lead.
Nice. Chase Cabry. What he missed at Coda and he missed
They missed two
somewhere else.
races.
He missed two races, so he popped into the top 10. I was third last week, dropped down to eighth because I had to miss.
Yeah,
Like I
you
said,
missed the race.
Phil is always up in the top 10, and during the race, Hank's always fast. It's the names we expected up there, but there's a lot more in that league, man. A lot of people can win and then jump into that top 10. What are we taking 16 to the playoffs?
Yep.
You got the top 16 available, or we
I
just have the
don't.
top 10 here?
I only have the top 10 right now. We'll have to get the top
Okay.
16.
I might be able to pull that up real quick while
Yep.
you're looking at the top 10.
Yeah, we're only 4 races into that series, so we will get the playoff standings a little bit closer to time. We'll try to work on it in a couple weeks. I think the playoff standings kind of matter a little bit more than just regular point standings, but it's good to show both, I think.
Let's see here. Give me just a sec, and I think I can find it.
So actually, there are 5 races in to that series. And I believe next week the series heads to Darlington, which will actually be tomorrow night. It won't be next week. It'll be tomorrow night. The series will head to Darlington. That'll be a fun race to watch.
That'd
Me
be
and
a fun race to race. Sure.
Me and Nathan Mowrer. So the first time I think I ever raced Nathan Mowrer for a win was at Darlington in the Bluegrass Xfinity Series, and
Favorite track?
I was giving him everything I could, and he
That's
just
yours, Nathan?
Uh,
Darlington is?
I love all those tracks where every corner is different.
Yeah.
Darlington's
Yeah.
one of them tracks where yeah, it's not the same as
You got to focus going into each
Yep.
one. Yeah, I like that too. That's a good point. Let's see. So we left off at 10th with Chase Cabry. 11th is Zach Talley. 12th is Kyle Hess. 13th is Thomas Caldwell. 14th is Eric Thornton. 15th is Keith Haney, which that'll go up, and 16th is Michael Cunningham. So that's your playoffs right now.
hmm. So obviously some strong names have won in that series. We've already had, Chase won, Ted won the week before. I believe it was Kerry Tribune who won at Phoenix. Hank Caston's got a win at David Duke. So no repeat winners in that series yet.
Andrew McGonigal is one that sticks out, and Justin Lumpkin. They're 19th and 20th. They're both really fast. So
Justin's missed a
Adam
couple
Newbert,
races, and so has McGonigal.
Mr. Newbert is on a hot streak right now, so I'm sure that name will pop up there as well. Mr. Adam Newbert, our
Yeah.
host.
So the series heads to Darlington tomorrow night on the NASRA 360 Racing Network at 9 o'clock p.m. So if you tune in to watch that one. And then we do not have the points yet for Monday night, or for Friday night, I'm sorry. But Friday night, the Triple M Truck Series went to Texas. And that was quite the race at Texas.
Wow.
Nathan, did we just lose your camera, Steven?
Hold on one sec here.
Nathan, you raced Friday night at Texas. What did you take away from that race?
Friday night, Texas. Man, I can't remember what even happened there. I don't even know where I finished at.
You were top 10.
Uh, Man, I can't remember what happened. I remember. Oh yeah, I think a late caution came out and screwed me. I had long run speed there. Remember, there's Ted Wade's in there. He's really good. Keith Bradley's really good. And I remember, Keith Bradley wrecked
Yeah, you
or
finished
missed
seventh.
it. Yeah, I think he pulled a U and missed a gear or something, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. So Keith, I think it was
Oh,
it was in
oh yeah, I
stage 2,
remember.
right?
Yeah, I finally we got that long run there towards the end, and I worked my way back up to fourth. And I didn't need that caution to come out. A caution came out, and I started behind Joey Doucette. I think I restarted sixth or something. I think I slid through the pit box or something. And Joey Doucette completely screwed me on that final restart. He said he was slow all night on restarts, and he was definitely slow. And yeah, just I don't think I had a winning truck, but I definitely had not the best long run speed. But I think I could have hung up there with Ted and
Yeah, you were
all the strong
definitely
guys.
top 5. You were definitely top 5.
I never had the short run speed. I just yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just always got the long run speed.
So I can't help but bring that up about Keith Bradley missing a shift because last week we talked about me missing a shift at Pocono and taking out a whole bunch of the field, but then Keith, in the middle of the race, in the
Yeah,
middle
he
of the
said he
first
pulled a
stage,
U.
is giving me a whole lot of grief about missing that shift at Pocono, and then Karma got him, and he can defend himself in the chat, but Karma got him. They went into turn 1. He missed the shift. I think he said he was trying to go to third or trying to go to fourth, and it didn't go into third or fourth. So he spins out right in front of Ted Wade, and Ted and him get together, and that pretty much took out. Didn't really ruin Ted's race. It did ruin Keith's race, I think, right?
I I
When
I
no, Ted, I don't think Ted got into that.
No,
I don't think Ted.
maybe he missed it. Maybe he missed it.
No, but that was really amusing because he was literally talking crap about 30 seconds before he did it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
Well, no,
literally said something under caution.
Ted did get into it because he had to go down pit road and get damage repair.
Oh, did he? So it just wasn't as bad as. Okay.
Yeah, I think he responds and he says at least he didn't take the whole field out. So that is true. He did not do that. But he goes into turn 1. That was the shifting mishap 2 weeks in a row. It's not very often you see that one time in NASRA. I don't remember the last time we saw that before this season, let alone now we've seen it 2 weeks in a row. So maybe when we go to where are we going next week on Friday night?
Next week on Friday. I was gonna say I can pull that up if you're.
I just looked and I forget.
You have to excuse me every
Phoenix.
now and again. I'm gonna turn my camera off because my nose is running. I gotta blow it. So
Phoenix. My
Phoenix.
mind went
excuse
completely
me though.
broke. My mind went completely lost right there. So we're going to Phoenix next week. So
Phoenix.
hopefully we don't have that 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I think I need to go around a couple laps there before Friday night for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see. That was stage 1. I think the stage 1 winner on Friday night ended up actually being, was it Keith or Ted? Stephen Light. Stephen Light. So Stephen Light grabbed stage 1 win. Keith and Ted actually, they had burned up their tires. They were dominating the first part of that stage. They had burned up their tires, fell back to fourth. Keith finished fourth in that stage. Ted finished sixth in that stage. Nathan Mowrer, our guest, actually finished. No, Nathan Mowrer finished fifth. Ted finished sixth. And then stage 2, Nathan, you finished 8th in stage 2.
Yeah, I didn't qualify good. I think I qualified like 13th or something in that race.
Yeah,
Just
you
took a
had
while to get up
qualified
to the
outside the
front.
top 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I qualified 13th.
So you qualified 13th, and then that race pretty much went on. Steven, I'll let you kind of talk about the third stage of that race.
Buddy, I was in the back of the pack the whole third stage of that race,
Ha!
so I don't quite know what happened, man. I was
So,
running back there with damage the whole time myself.
yeah, so I know that uh, Stephen Lake was up there racing. Ted, I think, had ended up getting back up there racing, but there ended up,
I
the
haven't
beginning
rewatched
of
that race.
the beginning of stage 3 kind of went out. The final stage pretty much went to green flag pit stops. There was a caution under right in between the green flag pit stops. So that's pretty much when a lot of the complexion of the race changed because a lot of guys had already pitted right before that caution come out, and then a lot of guys stayed out.
Yep.
So the guys that stayed out kind of benefited from that caution.
Who was it I seen go in? I think it was Ted Wade that was running a little bit in the back of the pack during that third stage with me for some reason. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him, but I remember crawling back up to around 14th and seeing Ted go in and then passing me before I went back in. So it made me. I was wanting to stay out with you before that caution. I was thinking it was going to be a caution, but wasn't quite sure. But yeah, I remember seeing Ted go in pretty early and then work his way back around me, put me in as soon as I entered the pits. The caution came out. So yeah, like I said, I don't know exactly what all happened up front. Unfortunately, I wasn't there, but when I didn't go back and watch that race to give much info on it because I didn't like it. So that
So I
was
didn't bring up
a bad time.
our Thursday Xfinity winner, Chase Cabridge's picture there. So I totally missed out on that.
You got a picture of Chase in here?
Yeah. I don't have a picture
Oh,
of
okay,
Chase,
nice.
but I
Yeah, the old burnout
did
there.
get a picture. Oh, yeah, it's burnout picture there. So Friday night, I won the race. I think the most interesting thing that happened at the end of that race had to be Jacob Klinkart and Joey Doucette.
From Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, we just watched that and went over it.
Yes. Now I have to find
There's a
it.
lot going on there, and poor Jacob got caught up in some hard driving, pretty much
He
by
did.
Joey. But
He did. So there was a lot of hard racing there between Stephen Lake was there. You know, Stephen Lake was there racing up front with Jacob Klinkart and Joey Doucette. So I'm gonna try to bring that up real quick because that's definitely something we want to talk about. See if we can get to that here.
a lot going on with that thing, huh, buddy?
It is. There is. This thing actually is not wanting to be very
So Nathan,
cooperative.
where'd you say you were from, buddy?
I'm from Lancaster County. I'm only about 45 minutes west of Philadelphia.
West of Philadelphia. How long have you been iRacing?
Only about 3 years.
3 years.
Yep.
So let's see. I joined because of not because of COVID, but during COVID, because of all the stuff that was going on in NASCAR. That would be before, right? You joined
Yes, I
before the
joined
whole.
right. I joined right before that. I
All
joined
right.
that summer before that. Well, late spring, early summer before that. I was on YouTube one day or Facebook, and I seen some guy streaming named Tommy. It was like Outlaw. I forget Tommy Gossett,
Mhm.
and I thought he was inside a real car. I'm like, what the hell am I watching here? And then I just commented on it and I said, what is this? He said it's iRacing. So I looked it up. I went and bought a gaming laptop.
And then it turned
That
into
like
a
next
lot.
day. Yep. I'm like, dude, I need more than a laptop. So then I had a buddy build me a computer and I just bought a single monitor. And then I seen people with the triple monitors and I was like, dude, I need that. And then I met one of my best friends on iRacing and now he's an actual sponsor. He flies me down every year to Atlanta. and go down to Atlanta racetrack with him every spring. So
Do you
I met a
really?
lot. Yes,
I
dug me
go
on
to
sim
Atlanta.
box.
I
So
go
I
to
met
Atlanta every March.
iRacing has like gave me some of my best friends, even though I only get to see them once a year.
Yeah,
But
that's funny you say
Yeah.
that because when I tell people about iRacing, that's literally the next thing I like. They always
Yes.
ask, so what do you race real people? I'm like, bro, you race people from all over the country or whatever, and you meet so many people that you never would have
oh,
met and become
yep.
friends with
Uh,
people you never would have become friends with.
and
And that's
and
kind of how I explain iRacing when I talk about it.
and I never met this guy before, and he started building these sim boxes. He sent me one of these sim boxes that I have.
That's
So
see, that is so cool,
here's one
man.
right here, and he said, "What do you?" He built one for me, built one for me. He's like, "Here's the second one." So I tried. He's like, "This thing's awesome." He's like, "You think I can make money on it?" I'm like, "Try it, dude." And now he's got over like 1,000 likes on Facebook. He's building all kinds of simulator boxes,
Oh, that's cool.
he's said since I'm helping, I run this paint scheme, and yeah, he flew me down. I never met the guys. I don't know what kind of guy this is. So I went down there and I stayed with him in his house, and turns out he's a great guy. And we know each other for almost 2 years now. And we
Wow,
actually
that's
met
badass.
we met each other in a recruitment race, and
Hmm.
we both joined the league, and we've been good friends ever since that. So I sent him this podcast tonight, so hopefully he's watching. So thanks again, Doug, if you're out there watching tonight.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's
I didn't know
cool.
you went to Atlanta every year. I go to Atlanta every year, so I'm gonna have to get with you.
Yeah, I might be going this year, but I'm most likely going down this year. So
Yeah.
he's coming up for Pocono this year. I go camping at Pocono. Pocono is my favorite track to go to, just because I go for the camping more than the race. I mean, I can come home and watch the race or watch it on TV, but the camping is a lot of fun there.
I
So
know there's a lot of guys in this league that have met up with since NASRA started. I know there's a
Mhm.
lot of guys in this league that has met up and went to races together. Just last year, we were all talking about trying to meet up and go to Talladega or something this year. We just couldn't get the whole group together, but I'm sure it's not far from now we'll be doing that. But yeah, that's really cool. The people you
Yeah.
meet
yep.
Kyle
and
Hess just talked about he met Michael McKinnon, who we had on the show last week.
yeah,
He met Michael McKinnon at Talladega last October. That was Kyle Hess. We'll have him on the show probably within a few weeks. We'll have Kyle on the show. So
yeah,
I got this clip from Friday night with Joey and Clean Cart and Stephen Liked right here. So you see Joey's right there in the 5 truck. Stephen Likes in the white and green truck. Or I'm sorry, Joey's in the purple 16 truck. Jacob Cleancart is in the 5 truck. And Stephen Likes in the 97. So Cleancart and Joey got into it a little bit right here. And Joey has been known as a very aggressive driver in the league. Cleancart's kind of really not too aggressive. He's aggressive when he has to be. So these two guys their personalities kind of collided Friday night, and I'm gonna show this clip, and I don't know if the audio is gonna work, but on the last lap coming off turn 2, you're gonna see Joey pretty much put Cleancart in the wall. So I'm gonna play this clip.
A little bit of an advantage, but right now Adam Newbert just starting to check out from Robbie Richards a little bit with just 2 laps to go that time by across the line.
2 more times around this great speedway here in Texas. As now Jacob Clinkart in that 5 machine is going to go to the low side of the 48. It's going to feel a little bit of a bump from the 97 to Stephen Light. That's going to open
yeah.
the
Right,
door
he
for
was
Stephen Light in the
frustrated from
97
that,
machine
and
to
then
Yes.
get past
this,
Jacob
and then
Clinkart, who has ran one heck of a race here
this
tonight.
just did it in
Oh
for him.
my goodness, we have contact on the front stretch as the white flag is in the air down to corner number 1.
Right now, Adam Newbert looking to ask himself paper or plastic because he is checked out and gone from Robbie Richards.
Yeah, he got the wall pretty good right there.
But Stephen Light and Joey Doucette still
And he
pulling for
lost
that
a
number 3 spot
bunch
down
of
in turn
spots
number
right
3.
there.
Contact made between Clinkart
And then there's
and
Nathan Mowrer.
Cinnamon
Yeah, I
just
kind of felt bad for the guy.
right now.
No, you
All
didn't.
eyes on
I
the
didn't even
number
know what
4
happened, but
machine
I said
coming
there's
off of
another
turn number
spot.
4, having their win at
But now I
Texas
see
on
what
the
happened. It
poppers.
looks like Joey just ran him up to the wall there and didn't give him any.
Yeah, definitely didn't leave him any space up there for sure. The only thing he could have done is let way off, and either way, he's losing 4 or 5 spots. So
I don't think Joey meant to do it. He was definitely very apologetic about it after the race. I'm not sure if Jacob and Joey have talked that out more or not. I'm very curious to know that now.
yeah, Jacob was pretty upset after that race Friday night for
Yeah,
sure.
he was not happy with Joey and the way he kind of got drove at the end. But it's the last couple laps. Everybody's trying to get every spot they can, especially when you're in the money spots. Everybody's going to be aggressive. You're not going to get any slack cut for you. And I mean that's just kind of a really big racing deal right there.
For sure, for sure. And
But
I guess since Adam won't talk about himself at all, I mean he won that race Friday night. Have we
yeah.
said that? Have we even said
I
that
did
yet? Or
briefly mention that. I did briefly mention
okay,
that.
yeah, Adam's on a little hot streak right now. Won Monday night and Friday night.
Yeah, I did kind of. We'll get so that's pretty much everything for Friday night. So
Yeah.
we'll talk about Monday night now. Monday night, the
Let's see, Texas.
Sim Racer Hub Truck Series went to Indianapolis. It's a pretty good race. If anybody caught it on NASRA 360 Racing Network Monday night at 9 o'clock. I think there's now, Nathan, you can correct me. I think there's now 3 races left until the playoffs in that series now.
I honestly don't know. I don't even.
I
I
believe
look at. I don't even know where we are Monday night.
we are going to Kansas, and we're going to bring up the playoff picture for Monday night. And you're sitting right there at the top. So you've popped off 3 wins. You won 3 races in a row in that series. Kind of talk us through how you did that. How did you win 3 in a row?
What 3 did I win? I know I won it. Did I win the season opener? I can't even remember.
No, you didn't win it. It was about 7 weeks in. You first won at Darlington, that you said was your favorite track.
Yeah, Darlington's my favorite. Darlington is my favorite track.
Then you back it up at New Hampshire, and then you go back to back to back at Kentucky.
New Hampshire would probably. Well, Darlington, So one thing I rarely do is make mistakes, and I made one at Indianapolis on Monday night, and that's I'm not trying to sound cocky, but I'm not the fastest, but I say that I'm usually the most consistent,
Hmm.
and I let off I forget who was behind me, it might have been Kyle Hess. I let off in one of the turns, I forget what even happened.
It was Kyle Hess at the end of the race. It was Kyle Hess.
I don't know. I was backing off just to let him go, and I just hit the wall. I don't even know what happened, and it just kind of made me fall back, and yeah, I don't even know what happened there. But and I only raced at that track 3 times before. I went back and looked. I stream everything, and I went back and looked at all my YouTube videos, and I was only there 3 times. I hate that track, but
Indianapolis.
yeah, but
Really?
I started to like it. I think I would have liked it more if I didn't have to finish the last little bit of that race with damage. And then I was kind of I was upset when Sean Hamilton got into the wall and brought that caution because I was coming for you, and I was coming for you and Brady.
You were. So me and Brady were battling those whole last 20 laps back and forth, and it kind of looked like we were just gonna have no challenge from anybody.
I seen it. I told Sean. I just kept on telling Sean when he was like 10, I don't know, not even a second behind you, said just keep being consistent. They're running hard. They're gonna burn up their stuff. You're gonna be there at the end. Just don't hit the wall. You're gonna be there.
And we both slapped the wall with 8 to go.
And I didn't even know that happened. And I caught you guys a second, and then that caution came out, and I was pissed. And then I seen your damage, and I remember asking you if Brady has the same kind of damage, and I could see his damage. Like, oh gosh. And then I told my teammates, I said, if Brady's smart here, he's going to choose the outside to make Adam Newber start in front of me. And Brady's not dumb. That's what he did. And you blocked me pretty good going in there to turn 1. And
I was going to bring that up. I blocked the heck out of it.
I'm the kind of guy that. So I feel like I always give more than I take. I know at Pocono, and was it Pocono on Friday night? Stephen Thomas, I didn't even know the guy. He pitched me 2 laps in a row in turn 3, and then he finally got them inside, going down the long pond straightaway after turn 1. And I was like, you know what? I seen him race before. I know he's a good driver. It's like, I'm going to pitch him in a tunnel turn. I'm going to piss him off. And sure enough, as soon as we came out of the tunnel turn, he said something over the radio, and I just kind of laughed and said, "Hey, man, I
didn't realize I pinched you, but maybe I did.
No. Oh yeah, in turn 3 you did. It wasn't bad, but I did the same thing to you. We touched a little bit, but we kept on going, and I don't know. I love racing hard against people. Like Brady, that race between me and Brady in New Hampshire. I was definitely not the best truck that night. I sucked in stage 1 and 2, and a lot of people try watching the car in front of them, and I was like, I was trying to do the same thing that everybody else is doing in front of me, and it wasn't working. And I just started running a different line, and I always run sim racing apps, and I could watch my lap times, and I kept on trying different things in that second stage, and I finally found something, and just racing Brady there at the end, racing him clean. We didn't touch at all. It was fun. That was probably one of my funnest league races
That was
ever.
at New Hampshire, right?
And to think that you're racing for money, uh, and you still race that clean. It's hard to find a league where you race really clean and there's money involved in it. And I thought it was awesome to race somebody like that, and it was fun. And I didn't even bump him one time to get him out of the way. That's the kind of racing I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, yeah, I guess I don't. So I wanted Indy. No, I didn't want Indy. I wanted Darlington, New Hampshire. Where was the third one at? I don't remember even where the third one was.
It was at Kentucky.
Kentucky. I love. Yeah, I just like I said, them tracks at each corner is different. I mean, turn 3 and 4 is totally different there. Everyone thinks that you got to drive it in so hard into 3, but I let off way early until you get a really good exit. I feel like if you drive it in too hard in 3, you lose all your front stretch straightaway speed. And I just back up early and just let everybody burn up their shit, and then you can just pass them down low in 1 and 2. Then
Slower's faster, baby.
Yeah.
Slower's faster.
that's what I
Yeah.
tell everybody that runs at Kentucky and can't figure out 3 and 4. I just say less is more in 3 and 4. That's
Yeah.
just what I tell them.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, man. That makes a lot of sense.
That's
I got
pretty.
a buddy. That's his response right there.
That's pretty awesome. So Nathan has a bone to pick with both of us, Steven, and
Yeah,
he's in here to pick it
Apparently
with
so,
us.
huh?
That's
You're
awesome.
throwing blocks. I'm pinching.
I
You
know
come
it.
in here prepared to throw fucking bows in here.
there was nothing wrong with you, but I'm just saying, like I feel like what Stephen Thomas did to me in turn 3 at Pocono. I feel like a lot of guys would just overdrive turn 3 and go up and wipe him out. To where I knew he was pinching me. I mean, I'm not dumb. I could tell he was pinching me. I could see his truck right on me. So I just knew that I had to like pretty much almost give up the spot. I just had to let out really early, so I knew that I wouldn't drift up the track and get him.
Okay, so I was on the outside of you trying to
Yeah,
hold you
you-
down on
yeah,
that white
yeah,
line. I know.
yeah,
I
you were
remember
on-
exactly what you're talking
yeah,
about.
you were on
now.
the
I thought
outside
you
of me.
meant- Okay.
There
I
was
thought
not-
you meant I
there-
pinched your nose, and I normally
No,
don't try to do that because I
there
always
was
get
nothing.
taken
There was
out.
nothing wrong with you. I don't
No,
mind.
I
I
knew
don't mind
you had
that kind
already
of racing.
won a few races. I'll do that with certain people, man. Brady, Keith, Adam.
Yeah.
There's a few people in here that I will hold down on that white line, and I seen you had won a few races. I figured you were pretty good. So
Yeah.
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I used to. I came in this league the same way. I feel like as you were saying that you kind of give more than you take. I kind of started off the first 3 seasons of NASRA like that, and then I just realized you have to go get it here, man, because everybody in here is going to go get it. Like,
And I'll race everybody like I'll race people like they race me. I mean, so far I have
Yeah.
not had a single problem with. I don't think I had a single problem with anybody in the Monday night or the Friday night league.
Adam threw a pretty big block on you. Probably owe him one.
Uh,
But
no,
other than
yeah.
that,
I mean, that's like a lot of people would have probably caused a huge pile up there going to turn 1. But I'm like, you know what? I'm decent sitting here in
Yeah.
points. I'm still not 100% sure if I'm running the full season or not on Friday night. But I really was
Monday
trying to
night,
get.
yeah.
I was really trying to get Kyle Hess to win there. I took him too wide one time that first lap. I said, okay, you guys got damage. I'm just gonna stay behind Kyle and go for it. But it just didn't work out that way. We needed one more lap. But yeah, you didn't do anything wrong with the block. I mean, you almost expect that on a green white checkered. But
yeah.
I feel like
he knew he had the
Yeah.
truck, and when he spun the tires, it was like I
Yeah,
cannot
I had
let
to
you
throw the
buy me at this
block.
point.
I
I
feel
had
like
to throw it.
90%. I feel like 90% of iRacers would have not have backed out and just fell in line behind you.
Oh yeah,
on
no,
that
no, they
restart,
would have. Yeah,
but-
they would have just pushed me off into the turn and probably turned me and caused a bigger wreck.
And that's why I didn't do it. I'm new. I'm gonna race kind of like I'm new. I don't want to come in and
So Nathan
Well, I don't
was.
even
push
run
people all the way.
officials anymore, man. I just run this
Neither-
league, and that's it, dude. There's no point in doing
I
officials or.
think there's a
hosting or
lot.
none of that
I think there's a lot of guys Friday nights that don't run officials because their I rating does not show their talent on the track.
Yeah.
For
Yep.
number one, that Steven Light guy. I mean, I knew the guy. I knew the name. I'm a diehard NASCAR fan, so the name is very popular to me. And for him to have a lower I rating than me, I'm like, come on, man. I mean, the dude's gonna dominate every night Friday nights. It's gonna happen. I mean, there's gonna be like 3 or 4 guys that are gonna be able to compete with him. But I love racing against higher I rating people. They make you better. I was
Yeah.
in a Monday night league where the strength of field was 3,500 every week, and if I would finish in the top 10, it'd feel like a win to me.
For sure.
I don't know. A lot of people were worried about that with Stephen Light because Stephen Light has probably been the fastest guy on Friday nights, but Pocono he definitely showed dominance. But Texas, I didn't see that. Well, actually, I saw a mistake. He hit the wall at one point in time at Texas, and so I saw
I
a
was right
mistake
behind
out of
him when that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that probably killed his truck speed a little bit. He wasn't able to really get up there and probably race as much as he wanted to. But I do remember on Monday night, going back to Monday night in Indianapolis, you were coming after me and Brady hit the wall with 8 to go. You were coming, and realistically, that caution at the end when Sean Hamilton spun out and wrecked probably saved mine and Brady's race, because if that caution had not come out, I have no doubt you were going to run us down and get your 4th win.
Yeah, I thought it really depended on whether you got past. I feel like when you seen Nathan coming, you started really trying to get past Brady at that point, right before the caution came out.
Yeah,
If you would have got in front of Brady, it would have taken a second for Nathan to get around him. I think you still had it, but that was definitely a
absolutely.
fun race to watch, man. Fun race to
I
watch.
think we
All
were
of it.
I think me and Brady were side by side for the lead when that caution came out.
Yeah, you were. You just had
And then,
you just had a half a car length on him.
yeah, and then the restart come, and then I spun my tires so bad, and I did block Nathan. I actually meant to talk to you about that after the race, because I knew I had to go apologize for blocking you as hard as I did, but you got to do sometimes what you got to do in those situations.
No, there. Like I said, I see nothing. What are you supposed to do? I mean,
I know.
you're the inside leader. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Just
Let you have it.
Yeah,
yeah, you
Go
can't.
3
You
wide
can't.
into the turn one.
yeah. So anyway, that is Monday night pretty much for the most part. So we're 3 races away from the playoffs on Monday night. We got Kansas coming up this Monday. That's going to be a good fun race. Hopefully, I think things are going to get pretty heated as we get closer to the playoffs. So I'm going to show the playoff picture one more time right here, because it is a pretty close cutoff right here between 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th in points right there. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
there's 8 points between me and Cody Knott, and 1 point between 15th and 16th, and just how many points is that? That's 29 points that separates those 5 drivers right there. So the playoff picture is definitely going to be very interesting with 3 races left over there, and anybody can win and screw that entire playoff picture up. So anybody, I think there's a couple guys that are outside the top 16 in points that can win, that still have met the required amount of starts, and I think that's going to be a really interesting,
Somebody who doesn't have a win and Kerry Tribou, man. I mean, I feel like he Monday night Pocono first. I almost quit the first week. Whatever week it was, we went to Pocono. What was it? Second race of the season.
I believe it was.
He took me out. I'm like, what kind of league is this? I said, who is this Kerry? I said, who is this Kerry Tribou guy? And I did not like the guy. Yeah, he straight up just took me on the front stretch. And Pocono is my second favorite track behind Darlington, and I felt really strong there. And he just straight up. I don't know if it was a bad side draft. I don't know. He messaged me. I don't even think I even looked at it. I just didn't care. And but now ever since then we've been racing. I think he just made a mistake and it happened. And I
was gonna say earlier you said you didn't have a problem with anybody, but we got something.
No, we're good, dude. Actually, a lot of my good buddies on iRacing are guys that I couldn't stand at first, like Robbie Richards. I could not stand Robbie Richards at first when I first met him, but now look at us. Now we're playing Call of Duty together every night. We're good buddies.
Yeah.
But no, Kerry Tribou. I mean, I got respect for the guy now. I mean, he races me clean every week now, and I seriously think that he is a top 5 driver in this league. He just seems like he always makes a little bit of a mistake somewhere in that final stage of the race, and he takes them out of contention.
He's got a win in the Xfinity Series, so he's definitely capable of winning.
Just he's a very good driver.
Where was
he just
that
seems like
though,
he makes a little bit of a mistake.
I think it was earlier. It was just like the second or third race in the Xfinity Series.
I remember him dominate. I remember him.
It was the third race at Phoenix. That's when it was.
At Phoenix.
He's got really good long run speed. He kind of reminds me of me how he races. He just kind of lets the people check out, a little bit ahead of him, and then just adjust to what he has to do.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a bad way to go about it. That's for sure.
So Nate, we gotta tell everybody watching who is Nathan Mowrer. So before you were at NASRA, you were in Bluegrass. You come to NASRA, you don this 971. I got to know about the triple digit. What is the purpose of the triple digit number?
long story short, I don't know. I grew up kind of, I want to say rough life, but separated parents. Uh, as soon as I could, got my license, I moved in with my dad because, sons and dads usually get along better than
Right.
sons and moms. So,
Yep.
moved with my dad, and his address is 971, and I don't know. I feel like 3-digit number. It just kind of flows nice together. 971,
Have
and
you have you raced in real life before?
uh, no, nope. No, I never enjoyed golf. I never even like raced a go kart before in my life.
Really?
Like I, nope. And I
971's like
just
a dirt track number to me.
I
The
know.
triple
I
So
digits.
wish
you jumped on iRacing 3 years ago and got fast, huh?
just not. I wouldn't even say practice. I don't practice. I do not practice at all during the week. I seriously get on when the practice session opens up, and I just go about my ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 971 is just it's my dad's address, and I guess I kind of wanted to mean something to him too. My number, because my dad watches me. He watches every night that I race. He watches every broadcast. And he actually likes this more than watching real racing on TV.
That's
So
awesome. That's awesome.
and yeah, he loves iRacing, and I even got him to hop in my rig before, and he says that he can't do this shit. He says he can't do it.
It's that's the I think we've talked about it actually in other episodes. That's the funny thing is you got friends that come over and they're like, man, what do? You just drive around in your little racing game or whatever, and then it's like, well, get in it, and then they get in it and they're like, holy crap,
Yep.
I
and
always say
they're
where
usually
else.
hooked and they want to
I always
get
say
their
where
own.
else can you drive a race car in your underwear, man? I mean, I'm always
Yeah,
racing in my underwear.
right.
So yep,
Where else? And so let's see, your teammates. You're racing for Brute Force Motorsports, right?
yep.
And then who's the team
How'd you
owner of
get
that?
it?
Who's the team owner? I guess Robbie. I don't know who the team owner is. I guess you could say Robbie Richards. I mean, Robbie Richards is kind of one that got me into this league.
Through Bluegrass?
Yeah. Not that I'm not going to bash Bluegrass. I didn't don't have a problem with him, but just I don't know, man. I don't know why I got sick and tired. I just kind of felt like it was a dead end for me. Like I wouldn't say a dead end. I think I made the final four
It was a
almost
little
every
too
year.
much, probably. It was
I
just
think, yeah,
Yeah.
a little
yep.
too
I think
much.
think I made the final four every year in the Xfinity Series, and the one year that no, I didn't make it every year, but the one year I made it, I I want a trip through work to go to Florida, and I couldn't pass up Florida. You know, so I went down to Florida and I missed the championship race, and then raced again, and I don't know, it just felt like a dead end for me. So I just I don't know.
Moved on to the next one, huh?
I moved on. Robbie's like, hey, come try Monday nights out. So I'm actually enjoying it. And if I do leave Friday nights, it's not because I don't enjoy it. It's because the first league I ever joined on iRacing is happens to be on Friday nights, and I help run that league, and that's where a lot
That's
of my
Justin
buddies
White's
race.
league, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So you and
And
Justin White are real good buddies. So
yes, me and yes, I guess we're almost like brothers, even though he's about 3 feet taller than I am.
yeah,
But no, Justin's a great guy. It's a great league.
I hounded
But
Justin about trying to get him over to NASRA, and he finally comes to NASRA.
yeah, once
And
I
then
told him I'm
yeah,
making the jump, he finally said, okay, I'll come race with you.
yeah,
So Robbie's a great guy, and yeah, I guess you could say he's a team owner.
yeah. So that's good. Who else is on that team?
Well, it was just me. It was just me and Robbie. Doug Neal was here, but uh, Doug Neal's hit or miss with racing, So
Yeah.
I guess I didn't even know it, but one night I got on and Sean Hamilton and Tim Hammond were in our were in our Discord, and then at the end of the race, Stephen Thomas said, "Well, thanks for." He told me that we were teammates, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess we're teammates now." So I don't know much about Sean. I know Tim very well. I raced with him ever since I got iRacing, and he broadcasted a league. I used to race 1987 cars. I love the 87 cars on here, and I won a championship in a tough league with them things, and he was the broadcaster for that. So that's how I know Tim.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I know one thing. I talked a lot to race a lot with Justin White when we were in Bluegrass and racing with now. One thing Justin White has said about you is that you are a really great spotter.
I actually, if you could tell me I wasn't ever going to race again on iRacing and I was just going to be a crew chief spotter for a very competitive guy, I would throw out my steering wheel and just become a spotter crew chief. I would love to have the opportunity in real life to become a crew chief or a spotter. I'm more of a crew chief. I love the whole game. Like when I practice and stuff at night, I have a notepad here sitting over there with a pen. I write down every little detail,
Yeah,
and I love the whole crew chief. I just love the whole aspect of just spotting and crew chiefing.
That's pretty cool.
it is pretty cool. I gotta
So
get you to do that for me.
if anybody out there needs a crew chief or a spotter, just send me a message, and I'm available any night other than Mondays and
And Fridays.
Fridays. Yep.
Nice. Do you charge for that?
No, if you're good, I will not charge. And actually, if you're bad, I won't charge you because I ain't gonna help you. But if you're good, I will. I don't mean like you got to win every race. I like seeing somebody
Right.
that's
Consistent.
yes, consistent, yes. And
Consistency.
I'd rather you not be a frequent winner. I'd rather you finish maybe around that fifth spot every week because I'm going to try making you better. Because sometimes strategy is the key to winning. Sometimes.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I know Justin always made comments that you had won him a couple races just based off your strategy calls.
And he would get mad at me when I tell him something, and he would first couple races he didn't believe me, and he lost because he didn't listen to me. And then he's like, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen to you. And then he started getting a couple wins there in Bluegrass, and we got him to the Final Four. And I forget what happened in the Final Four, but I think it was Keith Hackney. I mean, Keith Hackney's so good there in
Yeah,
Bluegrass.
I actually raced Keith Hackney for that win. Yeah,
And
that was at Phoenix.
yep.
Yeah,
But yeah, I know Phoenix isn't Justin's one of his strong tracks, but I mean, I think we finished second or third. I think we finished third there. So I mean, like he said, he did better than what he probably would have done without me. So, but now racing with spotting and crew chiefing for Justin was a lot of fun.
Justin's another good driver
Yes, he is.
on Monday night.
He's gotten good. He's
Yeah, we're gonna
gotten
get him
good.
on here. He's had some bad luck here recently. He,
Yes, he has. Yep.
he didn't
He was
seem
tough.
quite as fast as Indy on Monday night, so seemed like
Yeah,
he's a little bit off of there.
Does he only race on Mondays
No,
Yes.
oh yeah, and yes,
as
and
far as NASRA?
Yeah.
yes, correct. Yep.
As far as
I was
NASRA
gonna
goes,
say
yeah.
I didn't
So,
recognize that name.
and then
One thing I found that we didn't really touch on, Adam, just to kind of go back on a couple of the series here. I
yep.
didn't realize that our uh, Sim Racer Hub guys were doing this. There's some names we can call out for, I guess, some good driving. I'm on, what is this? This is the Xfinity Thursday night here. Chris Blanchard got a point for 0 incidents. Corey Burkett got 5 points for stage points. Did we even go over the stage wins for Thursday night?
Yeah. Chase Carey won
Okay.
both of them.
Well, okay? So Corey Burkett with 5 stage points. Okay, so we didn't call out that name. Hank Caston with 1 stage point. Clint Castleberry led a lap on Thursday. That's a fast guy that hasn't been up there for some reason lately. So we'll see his name soon, I'm sure. Ashley Dotson had 5 stage points and finished the race with 0 incidents. David Duke, uh, 3 stage points, 0 incidents, led a lap. Justin Lumpkin led a lap, 0 incidents and 8 stage points. Andrew McGonigal led a lap, 0 incidents. There's a lot of 0 incidents in here. Where was this at?
That was at Las
Texas.
Vegas. That was a clean race.
This,
Las Vegas.
okay, it must have been because Adam Newbert with 3 stage points. Phil Pappas with 0 incidents and 10 stage points. Dustin Scruggs led a lap, 9 stage points. Zach Talley with 4 stage points. Eric Thornton with 0 incidents. Kerry Trabue with 0 incidents and led a lap. Rhett Tucker with 8. And Ted Wade, of course, led a lap. And I'd like to go over Fridays real quick too because I've seen a name on here that was pretty exciting.
Yep.
Chris Blanchard, of course, again with 0 incidents. He's been really clean, but we don't know where his speed went the past few weeks. We thought he was going to be up there in the top 5, top 10 with us. He's had some bad luck. Keith Bradley led a lap Friday night. Brandon Bullock with 0 incidents. That's good for him. Chris Cinnamon led a lap, led the most laps Friday night for Chris Cinnamon. Didn't realize that. Okay, that's awesome. 12 stage points for him. Joey Dissett led a lap. And this was the name that stuck out to me. Mr. Keith, I hope you're watching so you can quit running your jaws about my boy Jimmy Emos with 0 incidents. Okay? 0 incidents for my boy Jimmy on Friday night. So welcome back next week, Jimmy. You keep staying clean, my boy. Jacob Klinkart with stage points. Stephen Light led a lap, of course, 17 stage points. Justin Lumpkin led a lap. Michael McKinnon with 2 stage points. He was in the top 10 the whole night Friday. I can't wait to get him back up in the top 5. Got to get my boy Michael back up in there. Nathan Mowrer with 0 incidents. Man, what a turd. Adam Newbert led a lap. Devin Painter with stage points, 7. Taylor Peacock with 1. Robert Richards got some stage points. And then another crazy name with 0 incidents. Can you guess who it was, Adam?
Ooh, hold on. Is he
Jimmy's
watching?
one of them.
Is he watching the stream? And has he commented on the stream?
He hasn't commented. Listen, it's another crazy name. And you should know it. 0 incidents for my boy Eric Zimmerman.
All right.
So our Jimmy and our Eric, they're staying nice and clean. They just want to get them better, get some practice in. But I did notice the stats that I hadn't seen before on our results, and I noticed those 2 names, so I definitely wanted to call out for them. But that's all I really had. I wanted to touch on Thursday and Friday night, so we could call out some more names for the points that they received on Thursday and Friday night.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Nathan, let me think. So you're obviously, yeah, the Monday night, you won 3 in a row. For a while there, you were the hottest guy in NASRA because you won 3 in a row on Monday night, and then you went on to Friday night. Really, I think in the same time span and won at Pocono.
No, I won at Daytona. I didn't win at Pocono in the Cup cars there.
No,
Trucks there.
in the Friday nights, right? Oh, Daytona. That's right. It was Daytona.
I don't count it. I mean, yeah, it's a win, but anybody can win those things. So I would, like I told the broadcasters, I want to get a legit win and win at a real man's track, not no super speedway.
Yeah, I got you. So are you full time Friday night?
I don't know what's going to happen yet. You know, my duels start this Friday in the Friday night league that Justin runs. So, you know, I got some hateful words from some of my longtime buddies from NSRA saying I'm jumping ship. You know, but
Oh man, but you're doing so good.
Tell them to hop on the ship with
Maybe
you.
if they just all get on there with you.
I really wish the Friday night guys were the ones that were running Monday night because I love the. I'm just gonna sound bad. The competition is so much harder Friday nights than it is Monday nights.
Yeah.
And I think anybody that races Friday nights would agree with that.
Yep.
It's meant to be.
And I know I talked to Ted Wade after Daytona, and he seems like a very nice guy. I found out he's teammates with Keith Bradley. I was talking to Ted Wade for a little while. You know, he sounds like a very nice guy, and he's like, "You're gonna like this league, man." I guess he was watching me in Monday night leagues, and yeah, he said I'm gonna have fun, and I love the competitiveness in there. It's good. It's good.
Friday
But,
night is the premier series.
Like we talked about earlier, the Xfinity Series is a good one for you to jump in next season, or at least run some part-time races.
I will. I do love Xfinity cars. Xfinity cars are my favorite thing to drive on iRacing.
Yep,
Really,
that's our
Xfinity
next.
cars.
Yep, I love them. And I talked to Brady. Actually, the reason how I didn't even know the NASRA had a Xfinity Series. I was scrolling TikTok one night, and I seen David Duke sim racing on TikTok, and I'm like, and I looked, and I forget what name I seen in there. I'm like, dude, he runs in Monday Night Truck League. So I just went to YouTube and typed in NASRA 360, and sure enough, there was an Xfinity race going on through NASRA. I'm like, so I messaged Brady about it, and I might come. I just kind of like I only race in two nights a week right now. I like to focus on my Mondays and my Friday nights racing.
So yeah, are you open to more nights?
I don't know where they at. They're at Darlington. It is my favorite track. It is my favorite track.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might have to show up. I don't know yet. See
Tomorrow
what
night.
the wife has going for me.
Yeah, tomorrow night. Would love to have you in there. So you're gonna possibly run some more Friday nights. Go race NSRA. So you're fully committed to Monday night. What do you feel like? Where are you gonna go on Monday night when these playoffs start? Call your shot.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I know. Like Monday night, you know, I'm trying to think of the big picture. You know, Robbie kind of asked me why did I not race you harder there in that final restart. I said, dude, I want that regular season championship, and he's like, why do you want? You don't get anything for that. I'm like, dude, you get playoff points. People don't realize.
Yes, you do.
People don't realize, man. Then playoff points. If you have one bad race in one of them rounds in the playoffs, you could be done. I mean, I want them. I want them extra playoff points. So I don't want to be like a
Yeah.
Kevin Harvick, 3 years ago, where he has what double the amount of playoff points than the next guy, and he doesn't even make the final four. So got to be more like a Kyle Larson and
Yeah.
take advantage of those playoff points. And
They can definitely benefit you, or they can hurt you
yep,
if you don't have them. I mean, I've even seen
because
guys that have a lot of them, and they have a really bad first round, and they can be out of the playoffs.
yep, and that's why I like I said, if I would have just went in, stuck it in there three wide or dumped you or whatever, I could have finished 18th instead of
Yep.
fourth.
Yep.
So that's you gotta think big. You gotta think big picture.
That's true. That's true. A lot of guys don't always think big picture, so it's definitely beneficial too.
Yep.
Have that mindset. So you're basically your mindset's winning the regular season championship, getting a lot of playoff points, and using those to your advantage in the playoffs on Monday nights, and then basically just trying to you're just gonna try to survive, the first round, try to attack it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, everybody has a mentality every week going in racing, and then usually within the first half of the race, you kind of figure out where you stack up against everybody else, and that's where some people kind of there's a lot of people in this league that I see that just overdrive, the first 15 laps of a run. So
Mm-hmm.
then you think that they would adjust their next run, but they come out and do the same thing, and they wonder why they keep on falling back.
Yep, for
I'm
sure.
just like you got to learn what you learned from the first stage and
Yep.
change it in the second stage.
He's
And
talking to you, Jose.
Whoa, shots
I
fired.
oh, I'm not
Shots
I'm not I'm
fired.
not
gotta get
talking to
I gotta
any.
get Jose fired up on it.
I'm not talking about anybody. I'm just if I want to give any
No, you're
advice
totally
is
right. But
you
you
got
can
you
keep
got
them
you
secrets to yourself, bub. We're gonna
you
not have
got
this
you
podcast anymore.
you just gotta learn. You want everybody to be better, man. I mean, but you just gotta learn from
No,
your
it's definitely
mistakes.
patience. Hell, Michael McKinnon's one of them that preaches patience to all these guys every single week. Patience, 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 patience. He's always commenting. I guarantee you, this guy's at the end because he's patient. Sure enough, he calls it out. So
Michael's a very I race. I have no teammates on Friday nights. And Michael McKinnon and Robbie Richards and Kyle Hess are nice enough to let me sit in their chat during Friday nights. And no, Michael seems a very nice guy.
he's
So
very
does Kyle.
vocal. Is that what you want to say?
Yeah, yeah, he's very vocal. I would say that.
Good
We just
guy.
saw Brandon Broadfoot like the stream, and we completely did not mention the Millie's Restaurant and Catering truck series that is now starting up on Sunday nights. They are following the full 36 race schedule, following the real life NASCAR Cup Series. They just ran their Clash Sunday night. Uh, Brandon Broadfoot actually picked up the win in the Clash. That was a huge win, a momentum booster for him, I'm sure. But we did not mention that, so that series is going to kick off really in 2 weeks.
Who do all we have in that one? Do you have a list of people in that one?
I'd have to look and see at the entry list in that series.
What's that thing stacked up like? I almost got into that, man, but I can only race so much.
Yeah, the Sunday night, I definitely have a lot of interest in it, but
Millie's Restaurant. That wasn't the list, was it?
this is
Restaurant
the
catering
entry
thing.
list. We need some more guys. So if you're watching this
We
podcast
definitely need some more
and you're
guys.
looking for a night to race and you want to run a full Cup Series schedule, the Millage Restaurant and Catering Cup Series is definitely the place for you to go. There's 14
Go
guys
back to
signed
the
up.
go back to the first one. We have Huck Whittington, Nicholas Maynard, Eric Thornton, Anthony Moss, Lucas Whitehead, John Michael Bryant, Kerry Tribune, Buddy Sally,
Buddy
Sally,
Sally, yep.
Yeah, buddy, I raced with three of them guys in another league. So
Brandon
yeah.
Broadfoot, and Josh Clemens. Okay, just kind of let's see. Scott Griffin, Thomas Caldwell, Bill. A lot of new names in there. Kyle Fountain. Yeah, like Adam said, we definitely need some guys in there. So if you're watching this and want to race on what you say Sundays
Yep, Sunday
in
nights.
the Cup car, get in there. That's what 14 drivers, 15 drivers they have. So we
Yep.
need a few more for sure. 5 or 6 more people to
I
join up in the thing.
believe there's a pretty decent payout guaranteed for that series as well, if I'm correct. But I'm
Yeah,
not sure about that.
I think so. Obviously, it's only going to get bigger the more entry fees we have. So.
Yeah, pretty good championship fund already for that series.
Millie's Restaurant, shout out to that too. That's my sponsor this year.
Yeah, Millie's Restaurant and Catering has become a really huge
Thing,
sponsor in NASRA.
for sure.
They went from sponsoring me one season to sponsoring races, sponsoring a series. I mean, they're really helping sponsor the whole league. They are really big supporters of
What
NASRA.
time is it, Adam?
It's
Let me
about an
see.
hour, so we're gonna wrap this up right here. Uh, Steven, you got more questions for Nathan?
Man, I think we've covered pretty much everything, man. It was awesome talking to you tonight, Nathan. I'm glad to have finally got to know you. To be honest with you, like I said, we've obviously seen your name pop up a bunch. 3 wins on the, I guess between 2 series, or that's just Monday night.
4 wins between 2 series.
4 wins between 2 series. Yes, it was awesome to get to know you, man, for sure. I can tell you're going to be a threat for NASRA
Thanks.
for a while.
Thanks for having me though. I
Yeah,
do appreciate it. Never did one of these before. Didn't know what to do. But yeah, it was
we
fun
just
being
hang
here and
out.
talking.
We just hang out.
Hang
Yeah.
out and BS, man. You're welcome back. If you want to come back, obviously we'll have you in here. If you keep winning, you'll be back.
I know.
Jay, oh man, Justin, look at him. You can go back and watch it, man.
he
Go
missed
back and
it.
watch
Come
it on
on,
YouTube
Justin.
and Facebook, NASRA 360 Network. Go
Michael
back and
says he's
watch us.
very opinionated.
I'm not vocal. Is that not the same?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's vocal. Good guy
Yeah,
though.
well,
Good guy.
soon enough we'll have some what is it? Some clips of Michael being very vocal on this podcast.
Yeah,
If we can, I don't know. We probably can't
we might have
play
to put
some
some
of the stuff
bleeps. We
Michael
might have to
says,
put a
huh?
good bit of
Yeah,
bleeps in there.
yeah. All right, but yeah, man, Nathan, again, I appreciate it. Adam, good job. Thanks for everybody watching.
Absolutely. Thanks y'all for joining. I believe next week. We're gonna try to get Hunter Parsons on here, and then we're
Next
gonna
week,
start
Hunter
some new
Parsons.
things. We're gonna start some new things next week as well. So I think next week's episode is gonna be pretty good.
We have a cool sponsor thank you thing we can put up for the end,
Well,
or you want to
we've
thank
had our
them? Thank
sponsors
them.
scrolling through here. Nathan, I will thank you for coming on and joining us. I got to thank Buck Kicker. I'll thank our league sponsors, Buck Kicker, Hoopty's Garage right there, Millie's Restaurant and Catering. We talked about M1 race cars, I believe, has come across.
Triple M Pulling.
Triple M Pulling, definitely. Sim Racer Hub, Over the Top Design. So a lot of big, huge league sponsors for us. But all right, I guess that's pretty much gonna be it, Nathan. Thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see y'all
See
next
y'all
Thank
week.
next
you
Wednesday.
guys. Good luck, guys.
Later, guys.